on to it and shoot for the sky.
Welcome to the Ring Post Daily Podcast. You're listening to myself, Jesse Henrik, your RPD Prophecy Champion, Tyreyk Ramsey, Big Daddy T, Eddie Wade, and Joey Hudson. So let's get into this then. Boys, this is how it's going to work. I'm just going to tell you guys outright who I'm going to go for. Obviously, my vote means nothing here, but I'm just going to share my thoughts, and then I'm going to open it up to y'all and see who you're picking, okay? So first up, this is again for RPD Supercard IV, this is for AEW All In. And then next week, of course, we'll go through WWE Payback and All Out. First up on the show is the only pre-show match we have currently on the card, which is Aussie Open versus we only have one confirmed pre-show.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one is a possible.
Okay.
Was there something else on there? What's it say?
Aussie and the Jack Perry match are both known as pre-matches. They're the first and second
Okay.
matches going on first as pre-shows, and then the match will start, and then the pay-per-view will start with match 3 going all the way to 11.
Okay, see, I thought that was probably going to be a pre-show match, and we'll talk about that, but it wasn't confirmed when I did the research. So, again, it's Wikipedia. Anybody can update Wikipedia, so we're just going to say that's still possible. We're not going to confirm it. But, again, for right now, we have Aussie Open versus MJF and Adam Cole for the ROH Tag Team Championship. I think this is it's kind of juicy. I think we're going to see an Aussie Open retention here. I think it's going to help kind of drive further home, drive the angle for the main event. But that's who I think I'm going with is Aussie Open. Ty, let's go with you first. Who do you think's walking away?
I also am going with Aussie Open because I've been patiently waiting for MJF to kick Adam Cole in the nuts eventually. I know it's coming, and like I said in the chat, it's weird like waiting for an MJF heel turn. It's like it's out of all the people, to wait for a heel turn for.
I don't think.
Yeah, I see that. But it's kind of weird because it's like, why would he cost them the titles?
See, I don't think that MJF is the one turning tonight or on the night, but we can talk about it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I respect. Like, man, like
I got some thoughts, and I'll share them. I got a little bit of a prediction. Eddie,
I'm not the best. You are making me think now.
I've got MJF and
you got better than you, baby. All right. Any reason why?
For a wild.
I'm sorry, we kind of lost your audio there, Eddie. What did you say?
I planned on using a wild card for the main event. It'll all make sense when we get to that.
Okay. Joey, who you think's walking away as champions of the ROH Tag Division?
I'm going with MJF and Cole because I see them, defending them titles a bit, getting closer. MJF, the Devil's gonna turn on Cole, and then when they go to fight for those for that AEW title, it's gonna be tag team champion and tag team champion fighting for that world championship.
So you're thinking they're gonna do a
someone like even.
So you're thinking they're gonna do a Cena Michaels?
Yeah, because I think either way, even if MJF or Adam Cole lost, one of them still walk out with the title. But then that animosity between them, where it's like, well, we're still tag team partners, but I beat you, or I beat you. It's like there's gonna be some storytelling. So I gotta go with Jeff and Cole.
All right.
Good story.
So next up, this is a spoiler.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. This is a spoiler for Collision. Of course, it was pre-taped because they're headed over to England this week, so they pre-taped Collision. But we're going to see an angle with Jack Perry and Hook where I believe it's Hook putting Jack Perry through a table just to kind of send that message to him. And it's looking like they're going to fight over the FTW Championship at All In. It's either for All In or it's going to be at All Out, which is a week later. So we don't know exactly where that's going. I feel like if it is on the All In card, it's going to be on the pre-show. So what we're going to do here is we're going to predict this, and if it's on the All-In card, obviously we'll add it to there. If it's not on the All-In card, then that will be added to the All-Out card. So, Eddie, let's start with you. Actually, I'll start first. I think we're going to see a Jack Perry retention with that. I think Hook's going to beat the shit out of him, but I feel like some dastardly heel tactics are going to come into play. But Eddie, let's see who do you think's walking away with the FTW Championship?
I think Jack Perry's going to retain, like you said. Yeah, you pretty much described it how I kind of see it going.
He's going to get his ass whipped, but he's going to walk away.
Pretty bad.
All right.
Retain the championship.
Yeah, Joey, who do you think's walking away as FTW Championship or FTW Champion?
Same as you. I think Jack Perry's got a lot to prove. He can't just lose it now or it means nothing. I think he's going to keep it. DQ or somehow. I want to say
could be a DQ.
Keep it by DQ, low blow or something. Because but I really think Perry's coming out on top as champ still.
What if he gets matched back up with Christian and he kind of joins Christian's faction? That would be interesting.
That'd be interesting.
It'd be interesting. I would just be,
because he fought against it for so long.
Yeah, like it'd be interesting. I would just be questioning, like, if this was the plan, why didn't we just go through with it?
Yeah. All right, Ty, who do you think's walking away as FTW champion?
Yeah, I'm also going Jack Perry. I mean, same way he won it. I feel like he's gonna do something similar to that, or just continue being champion. And I still don't like Jack Perry. But that means he's doing his job.
Right?
So,
I
still don't like him, but he's doing his job.
Okay, so here's my thoughts on Jack Perry. He's gone through two of the changes that I said. Yeah, two of the changes I said he needed to when he changed over. I said he needed to get a new theme. I said he needed to get himself a good beard. And I said he needed to change his name. So that's actually three things he's changed. But the one thing that he really needs to do is I feel like he still needs to go away for a little bit to make us kind of miss him and get some mystique about him, because the change was so sudden and abrupt. He's not a believable heel yet. But hey, I feel like he's kind of got like that sort of Dominic Mysterio quality about him that he's not exactly a believable heel yet, but he could be one.
Or even Theory, kind of like Theory.
Yeah. All right, so.
Well, people don't like Theory, but still, sometimes his promos can come across a little.
Yeah. He's not a very good promo, is he? But he's learning. I mean, I think Theory's like 24 or something. So I mean, he's got time. But
all it takes is for him to do it over and over.
Yeah. Next up, what I feel like is probably going to be the opener for the main card of All In. I think it's going to be CM Punk and Samoa Joe for the real world title. I feel like CM Punk's going to kind of lobby, kind of if you're not last, you're first kind of thing, kind of pull a Brock Lesnar. That's why I kind of feel it's going to be on first. I think it's pretty obvious Punk is kind of winning here, but they might swerve us. I don't know. I don't feel like they have room for that on the card to have a swerve there. I feel like we're going to get swerves throughout the night, and right here I think is more so going to be a status quo. But Joey, who do you think is coming away with the real world title at All In?
Okay, I'm not a big fan of CM Punk anymore. I can never forgive him for walking out the way he did. But I don't want him to win, but I think he's going to keep it.
All right. Ty, who do you think's winning?
I also got to go with CM Punk. I think they're, that whole Real World Championship is kind of building up to what I think of. Like, ever since MJF became champ, I'm like, okay, what's the biggest match he can have? And that is against CM Punk for the world title. So
that's kind of where I think
it's
going
play
to.
Title. Yeah, that I feel like, probably right before, they 2024 when the whole MJF and war stories kind of gets going.
Yeah, because if they did like a unification.
Ever since. Yeah, because it's like literally, I was like, when Punk came back and had that title, I was like, okay, this makes sense. Like, biggest match of MJF's title reign would be against CM Punk. So it seems to be what they're setting up.
Eddie,
of course, I'll go with CM Punk.
Eddie, any condescending feelings, or are we gonna get a sweep for CM Punk?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat.
You're on the same boat, CM Punk. Okay. Any thoughts as to why?
But like I said, I'm not a Punk. I'm not choosing Punk though because I want to. I'm kind of forced to do it.
you sound like my wife. She hates CM Punk.
I'll never forgive him the way he walked. If he really wanted to walk out that night, he could have came out and said, "Hey, I'm done, guys. Thank you for everything." The way he walked out. Long story short, I will never forgive that.
All right. So next up, we got FTR versus the Bucks. Why does it say that? Okay, yeah, we got FTR versus the Bucks. AEW Tag Team Championship. Ty, let's start with you. Who do you got?
I got FTR. I think FTR will retain just because. That's because I think another match the Elite will win. So I don't really think they'll be winning.
Okay.
So FTR for the win.
I feel like they also have
this match was kind of like this match is kind of this could go either way.
Yeah. This is one of those that could really flip flop. I too think that FTR is walking away. I don't think they've done enough with their tag team, title reign to really call themselves as like the champions yet. I feel like they need to have some more substance, and a big win like this would really help them kind of legitimize as the tag champions. Eddie, who you got?
This is a last minute switch up from what I had originally, but I think FTR will win against the Bucks.
Okay, good man.
The only reason it's a last, I don't think that they'll do that with the Bucks and the Elite in the same night.
Yeah.
Do something about it.
Okay.
Clicked last second.
Hey, no, that's all right. I had a couple of last seconds in my last card, so trust me, I get it. Joey.
Me too.
Undercut.
It's so hard because like the Young Bucks remind me of a young Matt and Jeff Hardy, and the FTR they remind me of like a young Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson type of gimmick. So it's really hard, but I gotta go with FTR just because I do respect how they treat tag team wrestling. Vince McMahon wasn't big on it. They never really got, I think, the light they were supposed to in WWE.
No.
And I really think FTR, I think it's more than just tag team titles, really. From what I understand, Dax and Cash Wheeler said they want to wrestle for about 5 or 6 more years and then retire.
Yeah.
So, from what I understand is, in my mind, if they got a good 5 or 6 years on them, I think the FTR is, by about 5 or 6 years from now, if they call it quits, we'll be calling them, if not already, one of the greatest tag teams that ever did it. And I think this is just another way, another match to win and prove, hey, we were great in WWE. We were great in NXT. We were great everywhere else. And we're going to be great everywhere else we go, no matter what it is we do. So FTR
Absolutely.
for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if you guys want a good laugh, I'm sure some of you have seen this before, but MJF's impersonation of Dax is just hilarious.
Yes.
It's spot on.
I will look it up.
That was hilarious.
It's really good.
I'll look it up as soon as we're done.
All right.
That just sounds pretty good.
So next up, AEW Women's Championship. Hikaru Shida versus Toni Storm versus Saraya versus Britt Baker. Fatal 4-way.
Oh, snap.
Let's go with Eddie. Who do you got first?
Got the champ.
You got Shida?
Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I feel like she's not had the champ long enough, and she's not done anything that really elevate her or the title, so
Okay.
I think this would be a good one for her to win.
Okay. Joey.
I'm going to go with Shida 2. Going in as champ, coming out as champ, and plus beating Toni Storm. I know her name, but I still call her Paige. Don't beat me up over it. And Britt Baker. Beating all three of them in biggest AEW events of all time. I think that's a good way to solidify yourself as the women's world champion of AEW. So I'm going with her too.
You guys are missing the elephant in the room here. Ty, who do you think's getting it?
I mean, I think this is the time Saraya
You think?
grabs that title, man.
Yeah,
Like,
buddy.
I think so. It's like,
What are these two
such a-
clowns
such a
doing?
big moment, and I know, right? I was like, okay, you guys go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought there was thought there was need for a big title change on this pay-per-view. And
Yes.
I think that's the big one that's going to change.
I tend to agree
Saraya
with
for the
you.
win.
Saraya, the hometown girl, coming back to England. I mean, after years of being, inactive with her injury, come on, this is in front of the biggest wrestling crowd in history, if you don't count North Korea.
What a moment.
Yeah,
What a
it's
moment.
just incredible.
Down.
And we won't count Korea.
No, okay, so here's the reason why we don't count North Korea. We don't count the North Korea show that WCW did because that was mandatory, like, for the citizens to attend. That was not a sold event. That was a your country is doing this to, again, as we talked about a couple pods ago, sports wash. That's where that term came from. So, yeah, it was mandatory that citizens attended that event.
Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not a fan of North Korea, but if America said it is mandated for every American to attend,
I agree.
WrestleMania 40. Boss,
That'd be awesome.
I gotta call.
That'd be
Boss,
awesome.
I gotta call
Yeah.
off. Like, this is mandatory. I gotta
Give me
get
my
right.
seat.
I agree. Like, I agree.
Sorry,
I would.
guys, it's WrestleMania week. I can't do nothing. It's WrestleMania week.
Yeah, like if our government
Hey,
made it
I'm
mandatory,
fine with
I'd go
it,
too. But I'm just saying, like, you can't call that like the biggest event in history because it's not a sold event.
Like, hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to get my chair all ready and sit down and watch the show. You just give me time to get some prime and stuff for my future champion, Mr. Eddie Wade here, and we'll be ready to go.
All right, and we'll talk about that later too. So next up, we got.
Hey, you gotta brag about when you get a chance.
Next up, we got Sting and Darby Allin versus Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage in a coffin match. Oh man, this has big fight feel written all over it. Not for the usual reasons. Like, it's not like the main over the top performers going in there, but it's Sting. It's Sting in this humongous atmosphere. Come on, how can you pick anybody else but Sting and Darby Allin? My only criticism with this is I would have rather seen, like 2 months ago, I would have rather have seen Darby and Sting kind of go through like a, Sting's retiring angle and have Darby beat him here and Sting pass the torch to Darby at All In. I think that would have been more satisfying myself, but I mean, this is still a great match. So that's who I'm going for. Joey, who are you going for first?
I'll go with Sting and Darby just because this is their match. Now, you got to think, Swerve and Christian do have Prince Nana and Luchasaurus in their corner, so it is kind of like a 4-on-2. But Darby and Sting, come on, we're in Wembley Stadium. We really think these people aren't going to want to see the iconic Sting, who's wrestled all over for decades, to win? No, it's Darby and Sting's night. Their match, their night, period.
Ty.
I gotta go with them Swerve, man. Gotta go Swerving Christian. Swerve's my boy. Swerve's my boy.
Yeah, you know.
I don't care. I do like Swerve.
Dummy.
I do like him.
Dummy. Yeah. Ty. Okay. You have your boys. Yeah. Dummy.
Look.
Ty. You have your boys like Mustafa Ali. How many times has Mustafa Ali let you down? How many times has Swerve Strickland let you down? Legitimately. Shut up. You have voted for these guys like 5 or 6 times between the two of them, and none of the predictions that you've taken on either of those two have ever come true.
That's why it's happening now. Magic's in the air. It's the biggest wrestling event ever. But yeah man, Swerve's my guy. He'll get the win, and the way it's gonna happen is Swerve's gonna be on the coffin. Darby's going to go for a coffin drop. He's going to move, open the coffin, and then boom, straight in there. And then that's how they'll win.
That would be a way to do it, but man, I don't know. I wouldn't trust Swerve.
It'll happen. Swerve's a demon, man. I'm watching him kick Nick Wayne's ass every week. That's what I also love about this. It's
but Nick Wayne isn't in this match.
Darby Allin and I know, but it's cool that Nick Wayne, Darby Allin, and Swerve, they're all kind of tied together. And, they all kind of had their feuds down here in Washington with the DeFi promotion. And, those feuds already kind of happened. That's why I love how much this is built up.
All right, Eddie.
After you get Eddie's opinion, I want to say something about this match. You'll hate me for it.
Eddie, who you got?
As much as I respect your opinion, as much as I respect Ty's opinion about that, because I think it would be... I think it just solidify Christian and him both as really good heels. I think Sting and Darby's going to
good man. See, this man, he thinks with his head. All right.
Nah, Darby can job. Darby, I don't know about Sting.
I do.
That's a little harder, seeing Sting lose.
I do want to make a comment about it just because I'm stupid like this, but what if they did it like a Vince Russo thing where Darby or someone was getting they started coughing on the thing, coughing up blood to get taken out on the stretcher, and the other team wins, and it's a coffin match, and he's coughing up blood, and he can't perform anymore. The match is over. It's a coffin match, and
Joey,
it's like someone coughing up blood.
Joey, I am this close to firing you.
I said you'd hate me for it. I knew it.
I'm this close to firing you.
Dumb joke with a dumb match. He makes a dumb joke with a dumb match. He's coughing. He's coughing.
I could just see Vince Russo back there if he was there. Let's do it.
All right. Next up, we got the Golden Elite, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, and Kota Ibushi versus Bullet Club Gold, which is Jay White and Juice Robinson with Konosuke Takeshita. Ty, we're going to throw to you first. Who do you got?
I know, a lot of weird, there's a lot of team matches and a lot of weird combination team matches.
Good way to get more people on the card.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. True. I still say Kenny Omega and Jericho, they should have just flipped spots. Jericho should have been in there with the Elite or something against Takeshita, opposite him, and then Kenny should have been against Ospreay. But we'll talk about that later. So who do you got?
And the last match, the last match we just predicted kind of attest to that, because Swerve and Christian is that's a hell of a random team, but
but
anyway,
it made more sense though to get Fox out of there. I think that Christian's the bigger draw, so that made more sense. As much as I love AR Fox,
but I mentioned this in the last prediction, but I gotta go with the Elite. If the Elite's gonna win tonight, I think it's this match that they're gonna win. So I'm going with the Elite.
All right. Eddie, who you got?
Same here. Yeah, I've got the Elite beating the Bullet Club Gold.
All right. And Joey?
I'm going to go with the Elite, but it's just crazy that you go from the Elite to the Golden Elite to the Extravagant Elite to the Silver Gold Top, Silver Green Elite. Like, I mean, how many, like, I mean, it's kind of like watching. It's kind of like watching a show.
The
but
Hung
they add,
Bucks.
like a little bit of an extra to the title every time. Oh, now you call me dirty. The Hung Bucks.
Well, that's Hangman and the Bucks.
Imagine them coming out as the Hung Bucks. Hey, now that's a good Vince Russo idea. They're the Hung Bucks and they're dicks. They're a-holes.
Oh my god. All right. Another interesting team match then coming up. Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, Penta El Zero Miedo, and Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta versus Blackpool Combat Club, which is John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Santana, and Ortiz. And this is Stadium Stampede 5-on-5. Now, this is rumored to go down to... Oh, wait, no, it was 6-on-6 before, now it's 5-on-5. So, yeah. So, these are the solid competitors. So, let's see. Joey, we're going to go with... Or no, we just went with Ty. So, Eddie, you first. Who do you got?
Blackpool Combat Club beating Kingston and his crew. I think it's going to end somehow with Santana and Ortiz costing Kingston the win.
So
he's going to think that they're going to turn full.
So you're thinking like a double turn situation where he thinks they're going to turn back with him and then they're not?
There's something like along those lines. Like
Okay.
maybe like a little bit of faith that they're going to or something, and then they just don't.
I'll tell you, I really wish we had just like an Orange Cassidy defense here. You know, international title in international waters, but, you know... with the card we have, with the teams we have, I think, yeah, it's got to be BCC. Obviously, they were destined for a lot more before Brian went down. But, hey, you know, they're playing the hand that they got dealt, so I got to go with BCC, too. Joey, who do you got?
BCC, exactly for the reasons why Mr. Eddie Wade said that. I like John Moxley just because of the Shield, my favorite faction of all time. But yeah, Blackpool Combat Club, exactly for the exact same reasons that Mr. Eddie Wade said. All
right, Ty, who do you got?
I'm also going BCC just because you know, for reasons you guys said, but also I also thought it was shocking, you know, seeing Santana and Ortiz come back. I was like, wow, that's crazy, you know, that.
Yeah, for real, yeah.
But yeah, it's just BCC are just fucking savages, bro. They like them with the crowbars just laying everybody out.
Yeah.
I was like any in the past matches where, you know, the was it Revolution or was it Double or Nothing? But, you know, just I was sure the Elite were gonna win, but BC's like, nah, fuck you, we're just gonna whoop their ass and then beat them. And I was like, okay. I was like, so BCC all the way. They're just Claudio with a crowbar is just scary.
Yes, he's a very tall, imposing man. It's like looking at like you know the guy from Hitman, Agent 47. It's like looking at him but in a horror movie. Anyways,
I thought it was funny. He tapped somebody out with the swing.
Yeah, that was Jericho.
That is funny.
That was Jericho that got tapped out by the swing. Next up,
I didn't know.
The biggest missed opportunity on the card: Will Ospreay versus Chris Jericho. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna preface this. You guys cannot use a wild card on Judas playing Chris Jericho to the ring, because that's just too damn obvious. Because they've already said they're playing Judas live, so I'm just telling you this now. You can't put a wild card on that.
My wild card is that Mox will bleed. That's my wild card.
Hey, that as crazy as it is, you could take that. You could. But I mean, that's if you want to be a scumbag.
You know, like I'm thinking about it now, but no, that's just like saying, "Oh, I want to use my wild card prediction on the sun's gonna come out tomorrow."
Right?
No. That's remember that's why we made the rules for it. It's got to be something more extravagant than that. But anyways.
Hey, we all know my luck though. If I said I'm using my wild card on the sun's coming out tomorrow would be the only day the sun's decided to sleep in.
Anyways, so first off, just getting it out of the way, I'm going Ospreay. I believe, Joey, it's your pick first. Who do you got?
It's probably, I don't know. I feel like I'm in my gut. It's the right one. So I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with Jericho just because.
Wow.
No. I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna go with Ospreay because we're gonna get the Jericho and Fozzy entrance. We're gonna get the big Jericho moment. He's getting the Fozzy Jericho payday
To play in front of almost
Ospreay have this.
Yeah, to play in front of over 80,000 fans, to play Judas live. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
like, he's getting his moment.
He's got so much going on. I feel like Ospreay's gonna get it.
All right, Ty.
I mean, of course, Will. Just based on where they're both in their careers, like when Will said he was the best wrestler in the world, it's like
He legitimately could claim that.
He was just like, yeah, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a big win for Will. And just like he said, this match is gonna change my life, bruv.
Yeah. Seriously, Ospreay was on with Chris Van Vliet about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago now. But he was asked, he was like, there's been these people throughout history who have said they're the best in the world. Whether it was Chris Jericho who said he was the best in the world at what he did, CM Punk saying he was the best in the world, Bret Hart saying he was the best in the world. All these people have said it. But when Will Ospreay says it, you believe him. Like, he legitimately, on the stick, in the ring, doesn't matter. The guy is just he oozes talent. And so, yeah, I mean, when
he said in that promo, he said in that promo that he beat Kenny, of course, but he beat Okada too, right?
Yeah, he's beat Okada.
Beat Okada?
I'm pretty sure he's had to have beaten Okada at least once or twice. Yeah.
Just based on where they're at right now with Jericho and Will, yeah, I gotta go with Will.
Yeah. Eddie, who are you going with?
I'm going with. I'm gonna put my super pick on this. I'm going Jericho with the swerve win.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding. I just have that feeling.
Just when I was starting to like you. If you had,
I like Jericho.
If you had said that you're putting a super on Ospreay, I'd be like, clapping, my boy. But no. What is wrong with you?
Ospreay.
What are you going?
I'll do mine with Ospreay.
You really? You're gonna go there?
Yeah, I'll put
okay.
my super pick on Ospreay.
Okay, so we're guaranteed to see somebody not get a super pick.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll wait.
Bye.
This is either going to work out extremely well for you, Eddie, or this is going to be a colossal blunder.
Yeah, dude.
Your first true RPD championship match, and you pull out a big gun like this? I'm not sure whether to be disgusted or proud with you. Okay.
Either one's fine.
Okay, well, next up, we got the House of Black versus the Acclaimed with Badass Billy Gunn for the Trios titles. Ty, who do we got?
I was kind of back and forth with this one, but I still got to go House of Black. Like they're just like the
Really?
BCC, they are just fucking savages, and they just keep like whooping their asses. I'm just like, I could see them just kicking them in the face and then getting the pin.
Okay.
So I got House of Black. House of Black.
Eddie, who do you got?
I've got the Acclaimed and Billy
Good.
Gunn winning the title.
Good man.
Me Acclaim.
Joey, who do you got?
Listen.
Listen. No, I'm going with Billy Gunn and the Acclaim. One, because I feel like this is going to be a feel-good moment for the crowd. We're going to get a good entrance from the Acclaimed, obviously. I mean, probably the House of Black, too, don't get me wrong. We're going to get a great entrance. They're rapping and they're Scissor Me Daddy A. Everything's going to just, fit to its heat in front of all these fans. And,
I could just imagine Max Caster. I could imagine him imploring to the crowd, telling them, I want to see 80,000 people scissoring each other, and then you just pan to a wide screen of the stadium where everybody's doing the scissor. Like, that would be amazing television right there.
Professional wrestling is the only sport, the only business, the only industry I know that can take something like scissoring and change it to something else and make it something else. And everyone, like, you have all these kids back in the day chanting "suck it." Now you got all these kids today, scissor me, and teachers and stuff are like,
"Scissor me, daddy."
Do you hear what they're saying? It's not.
Yes,
It's not what
like
you think it is. Parent-teacher conferences must be really weird,
right?
Yeah.
We're hearing talk about two kids and their dad scissoring. What are we hearing? It's wrestling, guys. You guys don't know. But yeah, the Acclaim for sure. And plus, Billy Gunn, he's held tag team title gold with like Bart Gunn, the Road Dogg, Billy and Shucks, Big Shucks. I mean, so many other people. I feel like this is just another accolade for Billy Gunn, who's, I don't even want to say he's old, dude. He looks good. He looks like he's got another 10, 15 years on
You want to hear something?
best
Okay.
shape he has.
Joey, you want to hear something crazy? You want to hear something crazy about?
Crazy, but what?
The crazy thing about Billy Gunn is he's the oldest member of DX, and he's the one still wrestling.
Oh, damn.
Well, how crazy is it that he's also the only? I think he's like the only wrestler I know that can go from the 90s and suck it and all this to here we are in 2023. And he's still doing like the dirty hand gestures. It's just something else. It's just not suck it. It's scissor.
Mm-hmm.
So Billy Gunn's the only guy I know that. Well, we're gonna stick you with the same shtick you've been doing for all these years, and him be like, I'm fine with it. That's what I'm born to do.
So I too think that the Acclaimed are walking away. I think the House of Black has had an amazing trios championship, reign. But I think, in Wembley, in front of 80,000, it's going to be an amazing moment for Billy Gunn. I think the crowd is really going to be into it. They're going to be, just blowing the roof off the place for Billy and of course the Acclaimed too. So I think that the Acclaimed are walking away as champions. Next up, and finally, we have the main event. MJF versus Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship. Now, before we start...
I forgot about this one.
Before we start, I have a little bit of theory crafting. So here's what I think is going to happen. I saw this. This is not my original idea. This comes from the boys over at the Cultaholic podcast. I think we're going to see at the beginning of the night, we're going to see something happen in the Aussie Open match where Adam Cole is going to get injured somehow. Kayfabe injured. And he's going to really play it up. And he's gonna be like, man, I'm so sorry. It was so stupid for us to do this. Now I'm hurt. Blah blah blah. And we're gonna see MJF. He's gonna really feel for him. He's gonna be like, well, shit. This is my friend. Blah blah blah. And we're gonna see him leave Adam Cole in like the trainer room or something. And MJF's gonna make a phone call, and he's gonna call somebody, and he's gonna be like, hey, plans off. We're not doing it anymore. And we're not going to know who that is until later. Then the main event happens, and we're going to have those two going at it. And MJF is going to lock Cole in the Salt of the Earth armbar, and he's like working him over, and like say Cole's arm is hurt or something. And he's going to be hurting him, and Cole's going to be screaming out in pain. MJF's going to let it go because he's conflicted. He doesn't want to do this to his friend, whatever. And then we're going to see Roderick Strong and the Kingdom walk out, and they're going to be like slowly sauntering to the ring. And MJF is going to look at them, and he's going to be all confused. He's going to be like, "No, guys, I said it's off. I said it's off." Making us think that they had something going on together. But then when MJF turns around, it's going to be Adam Cole like staring back at him, and like he's going to give him a low blow with this supposed injured arm, so showing he was faking it. And then we see that Roddy and the Kingdom are with Cole, and so Cole is going to make this huge heel turn and screw MJF out of the title, and then he's going to be the new AEW World Champion with what he's going to call the Undisputed Kingdom, which is him, Roderick Strong, and the Kingdom. I think that would be an amazing way to cap off the show. So that's my official prediction, as I'm saying that Cole is walking away as AEW World Champion. But Joey, who do you think is walking away out of this match?
Well, man, that kind of ties into my plans, like I said earlier, because I forgot when I saw them in the pre-show, which makes sense. I totally forgot about them being in the main event as well. But so if I think they're gonna win the tag titles in the beginning, and then here they are in the main event, I think this is where we'll see the tag champs face off for the belt. I do think the plan that you just described is a great plan. I'm not doubting it at all. But I think what I think's going to happen is they're going to go into this match like, hey, man, we're tag champs. We're fighting for the world championship in the main event. We did this in one night. And I think it's going to be one of them things where MJF and Adam Cole have a spectacular one-on-one match. No BS, no nothing. MJF will still become out champion. They'll be hugging and stuff like Jericho and Michaels did at WrestleMania 19. And then we'll just see MJF turn on Adam Cole and say I got a title, I got a tag team title because of you. I kept my championship because you were stupid enough to think we were friends. I think we're going to see just a straight up great one-on-one match, no BS involved, and then MJF's gonna do that devilish heel we know is coming and turn on Cole.
So you think MJF was walking away
as tag champ and world champion? Yes.
Okay. Ty, who you got?
I also got MJF. He seems to find any way to win. He does not care how he does it, but. This is going to be a great match. In all honesty, I don't know what's going to go down. As much as I see MJF turning on Cole, I still don't know what's going to go down, but I do just MJF just always finds a way to walk away with his championship, and still waiting for, of course, the big match I mentioned earlier with CM Punk or whatever. So
yeah, I feel like that's definitely the backup plan if my idea doesn't go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go MJF. Like I said, that's what he's always says. Like he always finds a way to win. And plus, ever since he said, that whole, because he used CM Punk's line during their feud and saying how the greatest thing the devil ever did was made you think he didn't exist. I'm like, that's what he's doing fucking right now. He's making you think he's
very possible.
He's not there. And he's gonna trap you and do the exact same thing.
Before we move on, I wanted to know real quick, after this match prediction, can I ask just a question just because I'm curious?
Yeah, sure. Just 1 second. Eddie, who do you think has got it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Maxwell will retain, and I have a wild card for this match, actually. I think Roderick Strong's going to be there, and he's going to act like he's going to hand the diamond ring to Adam Cole or something, and then
Slide
gonna
into
kind of like on Raw that running back is going to go to Maxwell, and he's going to hold to easy out, and he's going to regret it. And
Okay,
he's gonna
so
tell a story like.
okay, so can you kind of summarize that as like in a couple words? Just what do you think specifically is going to happen?
Roderick Strong turns on Adam Cole.
Okay.
That's what I have wrote down.
Okay.
See, that's what I picked.
Ty, do
Well,
you,
we have 2 other cards, right?
yeah. Ty, do you have a wild card? Wild cards, by the way, are for each pay-per-view. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, a super card or not. You have one for each pay-per-view. So super picks, you only get one of.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, if you got one, throw it out.
I'm saving my 2 pick.
Remember, you don't need to.
I was just gonna, I was just gonna think of one up, but then I'd lose a point if I just
Exactly.
blurted one out at the moment. So I'm just gonna stick to no wild card. No wild card.
Okay. Joey, do you have a wild card?
Well, you said the wild card, if you're wrong, you lose points.
Yeah, so if you're correct, you get a point. If you're incorrect, you lose a point.
Okay, I guess I'll use my wild card and say on this card and say that at the end of the night, I see MJF turning on Adam Cole.
Okay, I can take that, yeah. Okay, so MJF turns on Cole.
The wild cards are Cole's getting betrayed.
Yeah, I mean, you can put it,
Yeah.
you can word it which way you want. I just think the friendship ends here. Yeah, they'll be tag team champions, like, going forward, but it'll be one of those efforts where it's like, now I'm tag team champions with someone that I can't even look at.
You know what? Fuck it. Since since it doesn't matter for me anyways, I'm gonna say my wild card is Cole turns on MJF.
For a while, that's what I was thinking.
I'm just waiting for that low blow. Literally on the WWE 2K, I was playing and downloaded an MJF, of course, and I just changed his finisher. Like, one of his finisher has to be a low blow. So whenever
Absolutely.
the ref's distracted, I can use that.
Okay, so we're gonna end this here. Thank you. This has been the Ring Post Daily Podcast. This has been our predictions for Supercard 4, AEW All In, from myself, Jesse Henrik, Tyreyk Ramsey, Eddie Wade, and Joey Hudson. Thank you very much.